And unfortunately, it is Greetings, Luxe lovers. Welcome or welcome back. Here we believe in intentional luxury and we're not afraid to invest in pieces that will work for us. So if that resonates with you, then please consider subscribing and stay a while. I can't believe it, but we're quickly approaching my 6-month anniversary on YouTube, and I thought it would be kind of helpful to do like a retrospective roundup of all the Hermès purchases that I've unboxed on this channel since starting. And this can hopefully help you make informed purchasing decisions in case you're considering buying any of these items too. So while I don't necessarily think of this in terms of hits and misses from Hermès, because we're supposed to buy what we love, yada yada, I do try to keep a more positive spin on it, to think about it in terms of least used to most used. So we'll go in that order. Except one, there was definitely a categorical miss where I totally missed the returns window. So stick around to find out what it is and hear me roast the heck out of it. So let's begin. And first we'll start with the least used items. And I have some of them here on the table. And the first one that I'll share is my Mosaic 024 platinum mug. But it's also super sentimental to me because it was actually featured in my first YouTube video ever. I'll link it up here. And what's funny is to look back and see like my first YouTube videos to now, and thank goodness we've come a long way. This I will keep forever and treasure it because it kind of launched me into this trajectory of being able to share these items with you. Other things that I've unboxed here are my Oz mules. I've actually not gone out into public with them, but I have worn them in some of my try-on videos, so I'm not sure if we actually consider that use, although I guess I would. But until it like hits the real streets, I kind of feel like it doesn't count. I'm a bit torn about how to use them with or without socks, so I'll have to work that out. I'd love to hear how you guys wear them if you own a pair of these Oz mules. And thank you to So Coco for sharing with me that she wears them without socks, and she also has a lovely pair which she shared on her channel. My next least used item I'm actually wearing right now, and it's this ready-to-wear Sean Donkra boxy canoe t-shirt. And this I've shared on the channel in one of my big unboxings, and I'll turn around real quick. You can kind of see the pattern on the back. I don't know why I've never really worn this out. It's perfectly comfortable. Maybe it's because of the mock turtleneck. I really enjoy wearing necklaces. So it's kind of like, it's not conducive to wearing a necklace and having people see it. I think I thought that I would wear it to my Caribbean vacation. I still haven't gotten past how to clean this and whether or not I'm comfortable putting it in the washing machine. Ideally, I would like to just use the heck out of it and not care if like if the patterns get cracked or not. There's still a little hesitancy there, and I'll try to work through it. Another one that I shared in my leopard print obsession video is my Gin It Leo leopard towel. I absolutely love the pattern. I love that towel. I just never got around to using it in the summer, and now that we're in the fall, like it's definitely past pool season, but maybe I'll just start using it as my regular towel. The next item that I'll share is on the table, and it is in this box. And unfortunately, it is, oh my God. Oh my gosh, guys, I literally just picked up my $8,000 watch from off the floor, and I cannot believe that I just did that. But let's look at what happened. So as I look at the watch, it looks pretty good, I have to admit. So here you can see, hopefully I'll get some light on it. I don't see any scratches, but as you can see up top, the little wooden box holder did bear some damage. So when I think about how it dropped down, like maybe it's possible that maybe the box took most of the hit. I'm not even sure. Just know that the box has this little open hinge. So if you ever are trying to open it up, don't open it up like this, or else everything's gonna fall out. Ugh. So I guess it's good to know that these watches can really take a licking. Whew, oh my gosh, that would have been tough to swallow if anything happened, but I'm glad it didn't, and it still looks great. I feel like the production quality has gotten a lot better on my channel since I unboxed this one, but as you can see, it is a stunning, stunning watch, and I do attribute this purchase as a big reason why I got my special order. but I'll put the original unboxing above. I might have used this once, but I still love it, and it fits a very particular purpose in my wardrobe, which is like the one fancy watch for my adulthood. It's a timeless classic. I plan on having it forever. And it's also my first piece that's in Hermès croc. And here's the beautiful back of it. And the mother of pearl face, I had to go through a couple to find the one that was right for me. So I still love this. However, I just haven't used it outside of like one occasion, unfortunately. When I think back to my mini bolide pouch, I also haven't taken this out yet. And honestly, I'm not even sure why. I keep on forgetting about it. Next, I'll talk about my total miss. And here it is, still in the box. And it is my Hermès suede brush. And you might be thinking, a suede brush, that's so practical. It's so beautiful looking. Yes, it's true that this side is totally beautiful in like the very dark beechwood with the Hermès button. But then look at this side. It's like, wah, wah. So when I purchased this off of the website for like $100, I was expecting a useful brush that I could brush my suede boots, and then this is what I got basically. It feels rubbery, it feels sticky. There's glue at the top here, so it's not even like the greatest quality, and this just looks like two kind of off-kilter buck teeth. This is just not a pretty product, and I don't even see, yeah, you can see the glue coming out here, like. But by the time I unboxed this, I think I missed the returns window, so I couldn't even get my $100 back, so I'm like stuck with this. I'll definitely learn how to use it. It's called a crepe brush, which they should have called it a crepe brush on the website instead of a suede brush. And I get that the crepe brush is used for suede, but it was a little misleading. And they definitely didn't show this on the website, otherwise there's no way I would have bought this. To me, this was like a total bait and switch, because this side is like, ooh, luscious and beautiful. And this side totally looks like uncooked lasagna pasta or that old-timey ribbon candy. At least I got a little dust bag out of it. If you're enjoying this video so far, I'd love for you to consider subscribing. I love pulling together these types of helpful commentary and review videos, so if you enjoy that too, I'd love to have you be part of our luxe-loving community. All right, so now let's get to the most used Hermès items. On the other side of the coin, from the platinum mug, I will say that I really enjoy using my Soleil mugs. And this is just one of the two that I purchased, but this was the one that was a little harder to get, and it just makes me so happy. If I compare the two, you know, this has a lot more of a angular feel, and this one has more curves to it, so it's like nicer in the hand to drink from. And also this one does, I think, have a bit of metal on it, and this one is, you know, totally ceramic. So they're just different vibes, but if you want a little shot of, say, dopamine, I definitely go for this one. I also purchased things like my Passifolia sugar bowl, and I am very happy with this purchase. I put it on display on my counter. So in theory, it's kind of used every day. It holds my sweetener packets next to my coffee machine. And I really enjoy that it has a place, it's being used, and well loved. And it just brightens my day every time I look at it. And the next types of items that I'll review that I purchased in these past 6 months were my wrap bracelets in the color Vert Cypress. I got one Be Happy bracelet, and the other was the Glennon Double Tour bracelet. And I actually have to admit that so far, even though I've only had this for a couple weeks, I do really enjoy the Glennon a lot more than I thought. The Be Happy is very nice because it's like snug and secure. But this one, as you can see, is just so easy to take off. And I don't know if you're like me, but when I'm in meetings or when I'm on conference calls and I get really fidgety, like you'll notice I'm always like fidgeting with my rings and stuff. I actually really like to soften the leather as I'm talking or as I'm thinking. So I'll just like wrap it around a couple times, and I'll just like really start squeezing top to bottom of the leather. And this is something I'm really not being precious with. So it's nice. I do envision that eventually this braided bracelet will become quite loose and quite soft. I can already tell that's the case, but I've just personally been enjoying really working through the leather, and the easy on and off is quite nice. Another item that I opened up in a recent haul was my Hermès leather AirPods strap, and I believe it was the Swift leather. And again, I don't use this for my AirPods case, but I do use it for my camera case. So I'll just bring it over now, but obviously my camera is on a tripod and I can just quickly grab the little leather lanyard. It's beautiful, and I use this every time that I film, when I am going up and down stairs and I have my camera with me. And it is quite attractive. I think I took it to my son's daycare graduation, and people were kind of giving it some nice looks, like I had a more serious camera than I really did. So I use the heck out of it, but again, it's not for AirPods. It's for everyday electronics, such as my filming camera. Next small item that I unboxed was this Hermès enamel base coat, and I did tell you that I would circle back with you. And I'm happy to report that I do think it is actually a good product. For example, I put it on as a base coat before I put on my Chanel Phoenix nail polish, which is the gold. And I do have to say, it kept chips at bay for maybe 1 to 2 days longer than if I just didn't have it without, because that nail polish would always chip like the next day. Maybe say day 3 or 4 I saw chips rather than day 2 to 3. So it does make the drying process for your nail enamel draw out a little more, because you're just simply adding another layer of polish to it. But it is worth it once everything dries down and sets. I did feel like it kept it on the nail longer. Throughout my journey, I have definitely purchased an Hermès lip balm refill, and I'll just show you, this is my Hermès lip balm that I use literally every day. I am like now way down to the nub. I'm like reaching into the refill, and these are hard to come by. And by these, I mean the refills. The full set with the outward packaging is typically in supply, but it's just the refills that are hard to come by. I'm told that because Hermès has to prioritize, they would rather prioritize getting out the full packaging version rather than just the refills. So whenever you see them online, pounce. I do try to tell folks when I see them so that they can get their refills, because this to me is the hands down best lip balm. Once I replace this one, that will be my 4th or 5th refill. Also on my list is this card holder and also this neck strap. This was funny because it was also one of my first purchases, but these come separately. So I did purchase this before I started my channel, and this I unboxed on my channel. I do think it's pretty beautiful. This is nice. It feels like a Swift leather. And this lanyard, it actually does feel like leather, like proper leather. And you'll see there is a difference. The hardware on the card holder is palladium, and the hardware on the lanyard is either yellow gold. I think it's yellow gold and not rose gold. But even though it mismatches, I don't care. And you can open up this little screw to put the D-ring on and off. But I just keep it intact. And this side is nata and this side is gold. And you'll see it really has 2 card slots. And what's nice is that they have little windows so you can see which card is which, and you can push it up with your thumb if you want, though typically I usually just pull it from the top. But every time I go to work, I'll try it on for you. I'm that person that like wears the lanyard and just has things, because there's so much security now. I have to badge into all different areas, so I just wear this all day long. And what's nice is I'm not very precious with this. Even though this is the nata side, I just like am wiping it on these electronic surfaces all day, and you can see it's worn really well. No real stains. You can adjust the neck closure as well. And the last thing I'll share is one of the best purchases I've made in the past 6 months, and that is my Chandonk silver multi-row ring. Again, this was one of my first purchases on the channel, and if you've been here for a while, you'll know that I have worn this in almost every single video. To me, it looks luxurious, and it looks like there are many rings in one. And so on the other side, you'll see that it just has this little opening. This, I believe, is in the size 50 or 51. So my ring sizes are very small. And the fact that I've loved this so much and that it's kept its shine, I haven't had to like put it in any polish or dip or anything. I've really done minimal maintenance on this, has really made me give the silver line a harder look. So one of the other things I'm interested in are the Farandole necklaces. I'm really enjoying Hermès sterling silver, whereas I thought for sure I was done with sterling silver once I kind of outgrew all my Tiffany pieces. but I would highly recommend this. And this is regularly on the website, and I think it's a pretty good price point considering it looks like 3 rings in one. Now, if I didn't mention an item on here, it's really because it didn't stick out for one category or the other as least use or most use. I know that there's things like my in the loop bag, I've used that a couple times, some of the shoes, etc. But if you do have any specific questions about any of the items you've seen on this channel, please put your question in the comments and I'll get right to them. So thank you to those who've stayed with me to the end. I welcome you to follow me on Instagram if you'd like to see more of how I style these items in my everyday and other luxury moments. If you've enjoyed this video, I invite you to go down the rabbit hole that is my luxury unboxing playlist, and I'll put that link right here. Please like it if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!